There's a certain attitude I find in our culture and in our species that we absolutely love extremes and labels. If you are an optimistic person, then you are happy all the time and you appreciate so much and you see the world like it is made of butterflies. And if you're a pessimistic person, then it's all doom and gloom and nothing can ever be happy or right with the world. This is wrong. It shouldn't be like this. I would say that I am a very optimistic person. I look at things in a positive way, even when they're not so great, but it doesn't mean that I think that things are always good and can't appreciate that there are bad things in the world, because I can and I do. There are certain times that you can look at situations and it can tip either way, but it also can be in the middle, so you can see something for what it is and see that it is a bad, sad thing, but you can also see it positively, so you're kind of seeing it positively and negatively. It's like apparently a squid of positive and negativity. When approaching situations and when approaching ideas or thoughts or new things or old things, I think that having a certain amount of positivity and a certain amount of negativity is very important. You can't always be positive about things, but you can't always be negative about things. 50 Shades of Grey, mate. That's what it is. 50 Shades of Grey. This is certainly the case when looking at life in general. There's a certain saying that this wonderful person talked about in a video and is featured in a series of unfortunate events, that is Memento Mori, or Mori. I don't actually know how to say it because I don't do Latin. But it means remember death, remember that you will die someday. Which is true. And I think it's a great motto because it sort of has a sense of carpe diem, YOLO. It has this idea of grasp what you've got because you are going to die one day. But it also reminds you that things don't really matter all that much. Much like I'm pointing there because the book's there, John Green's The Fault in Our Stars, the passage about how everything will turn to dust one day. There was a time before human beings and there will be a time after human beings. And we just gotta face that. Just because there are these amazing books and amazing films and amazing culture and sad, devastating things happening, such as the Syrian crisis and all this sort of thing, there is so much going on, and whether it's positive or negative, it don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, to be honest. It matters right now, but in the grand scheme of life, doesn't really matter all that much. Now here's the crux of things. If you believe in an afterlife and you believe that life or our souls or whatever are eternal, then yes, you probably think that things matter more than someone who doesn't. But even so, me choosing which coloured folder I'm going to buy for university matters to me right now because I'm like, ooh, which colour should I get? I didn't think that. But that matters to me right now. It may matter. It doesn't, but it may matter to me. It's important to some people, you know? And that's a thing that matters. But it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because it's going to disintegrate one day. Or be set on fire. Or, yeah, it won't last forever. So, who gives a flying fox? Keeping it clean. Similarly, when you sit and look at the clouds or the stars or whatever, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, God, this is a beautiful planet. This is a beautiful planet. I love it. The solar system is so freaking good and great and huge. And then you realise how huge it is and how we are a speck, if that. And that's a great feeling because it means that, you know, things don't matter as much. But it's also a bad feeling because you're like, oh, I'm just a speck. I don't mean anything. But you do to some people. Just not in the grand scheme of things. You're just another human being. It's true. So the next time you're looking at a situation and you feel like it's all bad or all good, think of the memento mori-ness and how you're gonna die. And then drink a milkshake or your beverage of choice and realise that it don't really matter. You know, be nice to people because it matters right now, but it just doesn't really matter. I guess I'm saying this because I'm going to university in a week and people are leaving, and some people haven't been very nice about it, other people have been really nice about it, and I'm at this sort of stage where I'm like, it's not really important, is it? If people want to be a bit of an idiot right now, and then if people want to be super nice and super awesome and super kind, Memento Mori. In your face. Other human beings. Oh, I'm so intellectual and eloquent. I deserve a Nobel Prize.